Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joy, and since this is only my second video, I thought I'd tell you a little bit more about myself as I start my day getting the kitchen clean and tidy. Some of you may know me from my blog, Days Filled with Joy, where I blog about homemaking, quilting, embroidery, and all sorts of other things. I've been blogging for over 15 years, and if you told me that I would one day start a YouTube channel, I would have laughed. I don't like being on camera, and I certainly don't like listening to myself talk. But I really enjoy watching other homemakers and quilters on YouTube, and I want to turn this channel into an extension of my blog, a place where I can take you with me on what's happening in my daily life, in the home, and in my sewing room. People often ask me how hard it is to blog. And I say, oh, it's so easy. But of course it wasn't when I started. It was a huge learning curve. And I know that my YouTube journey will be the same. It's strange how we can be confident in some areas, but feel like complete beginners again in others. But I also think that's part of the fun. Learning new things even when they're a bit intimidating. As I'm cleaning here, you can probably relate. The dishes never end. Even with a dishwasher, it seems like they multiply when your back is turned. Here I am cleaning out my grater. I like to grate my own cheese. Before it goes into the dishwasher though, I like to take out all the little bits that are left in there. I don't want them going down my drain, and I don't want them getting stuck in the dishwasher. Besides that, I have a little someone in the house who absolutely loves cheese. You'll see her in a minute and see how excited she gets. Sylvie. Sit. Good girl. I'm just going to let these dishes soak for a while before I put them in the dishwasher. And I'm going to give my kitchen bench a quick wipe. But have a look at who still wants some more cheese. All gone. All gone. Now that the kitchen is a bit tidier, let's go and have a look at the construction site out back. We're in the middle of building a little cottage in our backyard for my elderly parents. Well, it's not actually that small. There's one bedroom, a lounge room, and quite a large kitchen dining area. It's a bit hard to see, and they haven't put the steps on yet, so I can't take you in, but you get a bit of an idea. And while we're out here, let's go and have a look at my sewing studio, which is an absolute disaster. Since Mum and Dad are moving out here, they need more storage than they will have in the cottage, so I've been doing a lot of shuffling. I said I'd give them some space in my studio, so I made an area ready for them, but of course, it always gets worse before it gets better, and you can see that it is a huge mess. Emmy G is completely covered. It's lots of cupboards and stuff from the other side or on this side. And although I've been putting some stuff where they belong on these shelves, I've still got so much to do on this other side. And as I look at it, I just get completely overwhelmed, because somewhere behind all of this stuff is where my sewing area is supposed to be. So I decided to ignore everything for a little bit longer and go inside and cook some lunch. And finish loading the dishwasher. As I'm cooking the bacon and eggs, I've been thinking a lot about how homemaking has changed for me over the years. When I first started blogging, my kids were still young, and there was always noise and activity in the background. Now the house is much quieter, and homemaking feels different. Slower, gentler, but still full of purpose. I've been learning that homemaking in this season looks different. Not worse, not better, just different. It's about caring in new ways, juggling new things, and giving myself grace when I feel stretched. Maybe that's something that some of you are navigating as well. I'm sure I'm not the only one who is in this season of life, looking after elderly parents while still having other responsibilities. Some days, it seems like my to-do list will never end. And I know life will be even busier when my parents move in. But I also feel blessed to be able to care for them for as long as I am able. Here I finished frying up the eggs and the bacon, but I decided that I would do scrambled for myself. I should have waited for the pan to cool down a little bit, but they still turned out okay. I've just called my husband in for lunch, and I'm dishing up his bacon and eggs before I do mine. Just before I took out some bread from the freezer and toasted it up. It's special low-carb or lower-carb bread, and he'll have that with his lunch. And in a minute, I'll make some toast for myself. Bacon and eggs are such a quick and easy thing to make for lunch, and sometimes I'll even make them for dinner. After lunch, I decided to be brave and head back out into the studio. Hubby had already helped me take a few things out, like the mattress, which was actually out of the caravan, so that helped a lot. When I have a task that I've been dreading, I like to set my timer, usually for about 10 minutes, and see how much I can get done. I'm always amazed at how much I can get done in such a short time. I've sped the video up a bit here. I wish I was this quick in real life. As I started the tidying, I put Mum and Dad's things into the big cupboard and started clearing the table. Bit by bit, the room is starting to look like a creative space again instead of a storage shed. When I get my little sewing area set up again, I'm planning on hosting a mystery Christmas Quiltalong. I know it's only a few weeks till Christmas, and you might be saying, Joy, is there really time for a Quiltalong now? Well, this is a quick and easy one, and even if you don't join in before Christmas, it might be a fun project to do between Christmas and New Year when things have quieted down a bit. I want to do the quick and easy Christmas Quiltalong this week or next week, so clearing this space was really my main goal today. It's going to be a table topper, a simple one, and really it could be made in just a day, but I will be sharing the steps with you over 3 days. Here I just unpacked Mum's soup maker. So the idea with this storage here out in the studio is that they can put some of their overflow out here because their kitchen will be small, or at least it will not have as much cupboard space as they have now. So things like pans, big pans to make soup, and even the soup maker, things that they won't need every day, can get stored out here, as well as some clothes, some jackets, some winter clothes, that kind of stuff. And now it's finally time to get Nina set up. I'm pretty excited about this. I've got so many ideas of projects I want to make next year and share with you. I'm planning out my new block of the month. I might even have 2 of them, and some tutorials. I think using video will be a good way to show things that are harder to explain with photos and text in a blog post alone. And here we are, all done for now. Do you like my t-shirt? A dear friend gave it to me. In case you can't read it, it says, "There may come a day when I decide I own too much fabric, but today is not that day." Thanks so much for joining me today and spending part of your day with me. See you next time.